Hello. Hello everybody. Hi everyone, welcome. Hello. How are we doing tonight? All good? Hello everyone, welcome to today's live. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through some questions adapted from the 2022 PSLE paper. Hello Shakil, thanks for joining. Please try this question while we wait for more people to join us, alright? I will go through this question in 2 minutes time. Hi everyone. All right. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through questions adapted from the 2022 PSLE paper today. If you can hear me loud and clear, can you type into the chat with a heart shape? If you can hear me loud and clear and you can see my screen pretty well, can you type into the chat a heart shape for me? Hello. All right, I see that some of you are able to hear me loud and clear. That's nice. Hello X-Viper, I'm sorry I forgot your name again. Can you type it in please? Thank you for all the hearts. All right, we are going through this question in 1 minute's time. Thank you everybody for all the hearts in the chat. This is PSLE standard maths. For students in foundation, you may feel free to join as well. All right. Hello Mirza. Okay. How are we doing tonight? Everybody good? Oh, great. All right. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through questions adapted from the 2022 PSLE paper. All right. Okay, it's 8:05. Shall we begin now? All right. Okay, question number 1. Great. Question 1. Dots are placed at equal distance from each other along 6 sides of shape A. Okay, shape A is called a hexagon. A hexagon has 6 sides. Okay. Now the number of dots on each side is equal and each corner has a dot on it. When there are 24 dots in total, there are 5 dots on each side. When there are 72 dots in total, how many dots are there on each side? Okay, I see some answers coming in today. Alright, for those of you who have answered 3 or 4, please try again. That's not quite correct. Okay, you're almost there, try again. Alright, somebody is asking if there's foundation clusters in MasterMaths. Yes, we do provide P6 foundation. Alright. Okay, let's go through the solution now. Alright. Now we see that there are 24 dots in total in the diagram given here, and there are 5 dots on each side. Now if we were to take 24 divided by 6, okay, because there are 6 sides, if I take 24 divided by 6, I am only going to get 4, which means that on one side, I am only going to get 1 corner. Alright, this is how 24 divided by 6 looks like. On one side, I'm only going to get 1 corner. So it looks something like this. Okay, something like this. So let me continue on. This corner is going to go for this side. Each side is only going to have 1 corner attached to it. Alright, so in order for us to solve this question, we need to add another extra 1 because each side has 2 corners. Alright, so from here we know that 4 is basically just each side with only 1 corner. So for us to get 2 corners, we have to take 4 plus 1 to give us 5, which is each side with the 2 corners. Okay, so in the same way, we can solve the question by taking 72 divided by 6 to give us 12. Then from there, we take 12 plus 1 to give us 13. Again, when we divide by 6, we are only looking at 1 corner. But for us to get 2 corners for each side, we need to add 1. Clear? So the final answer is option number 2. Option number 2. Okay? Everybody clear here? Usually we only go through PSLE standard math for our live lessons, but some of the questions do overlap with foundation math, so those in foundation can also join, yeah? Alright, for those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through questions adapted from the 2022 PSLE paper. You may get your hands on our resources via the Telegram link at the bottom left corner of the page. So feel free to join our Telegram channel in order to get your hands on our resources. These resources are free, okay? These resources are free. Hello Dania, thank you for joining. Alright, let me explain this question one more time. For those of you who have gotten it correct or you completely understood what's going on, please help me do the drill, spam the like button. And if you have not already followed us, please follow us on our channels to get your hands on more free resources, alright? Okay, so let me explain this question one more time. When there are 24 dots in total, there are only 5 dots on each side. But we know that there are 6 sides. So if we take 24 divided by 6 to give us one side, we will get 4. So why are we getting 4, not 5? Is because each side is paired with only 1 corner to give us 4 dots here. Okay? But because one side has 2 corners, we have to add the extra 1 in order to get back the other corner. That is why we add 1 in order to get 5. Okay? So in the same way, we can take 72 divided by 6 to give us each side with only 1 corner. But since a line has 2 ends, 2 corners, we have to add another 1 so that we can get the second corner. Alright? Are we all clear of what's going on now? Okay. Alright, if you understood, I am going to go through the next question in about 5 seconds. Can you please help me spam the like button? Alright. Please also share this live with all of your friends, family, your whole kampong, so that they can all learn together, all right? Thank you very much for all the likes. I see a lot coming in. Okay, anyway, before we continue, I'm just going to have a little chit-chat session with you guys. How was your, what was that, oral? You had oral this past week, right? How was oral so far? All good? One of the oral days for English, if I'm not wrong, they asked about sports, right? Oh dear, some of you are saying good, some of you are saying bad. Why bad? For those of you who have not yet have your oral, it will come soon. So make sure you're prepared, okay? It was good. For those of you who said good, that's very, very nice. Good job. Today is listening complete. Oh, I see. Today was listening complete. And you guys still continued to listen to our live lessons. Thank you so much for your time tonight. Very, very appreciative of your efforts to learn together with me today. That's nice. Inda, you said you had good marks for oral. That's nice. Not good, but not bad. Okay, I think that's pretty decent. For those of you who are saying you did not do very well, please don't worry. It's only just one part of your English exam, okay? You can still score on all the other components. So don't ever give up, okay? Don't get too dampened by this bad experience if you had one. Just keep moving forward, all right? Thank you for sharing with me about what they have asked you. Let's see. They asked you about National Gallery. Oh, I see. For those of you who are listening complete today, I hope you did pretty okay. All right. Okay, Mirza had Malay yesterday. Today was English. I see. Okay, thank you for sharing with me. If you want to continue sharing, please go ahead and type it in the chat, okay? All right, thank you for sharing. Shall we move on to the next question? All right. Math exam was very difficult. Oh dear. Don't give up, okay? We have time still. All right, so let's continue to the next question. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira. We are going through questions adapted from the 2022 PSLE paper, okay? All right, if you are interested to get your hands on our resources, they can be found on our Telegram channel. The link is at the bottom or the top of the next page. Okay, let's go on to question number 2. Question number 2. All right. Okay, question 2. Two sticks A and B are pushed straight into the ground until the length of each stick that is above the ground is the same. 1/4 of A and 1/9 of B are in the ground. The length of A in the ground is 50 cm longer than the length of B in the ground. What is the total length of sticks A and B? Please try this question now. As usual, if you need help, just type an SOS for me, okay? I see that. Let me think about who this Prospero Bix is. I'm so sorry, I forgot your name. I know that you're a girl, right? Prospero Bix. Yes, Charlize, yes, there we are. Right, I'm going to try and remember, okay? Charlize, you said you know how to do. I'm so happy for you. Nawal, hello Nawal, thanks for sharing with me your names. Please try this question now. Alright, we will go through in about 3 minutes time. We will go through in 3 minutes time. Nawal, congratulations, you got that right. So happy for you, well done. Okay. Alright. Try this question now. If you need help, please type in an SOS. This is actually from the 2022 PSLE paper. If I'm not wrong, this was question number about 14 or 15, if I'm not wrong. somewhere there. You cannot see the words from your screen. Is this okay? I tried to move it a little bit. Maybe I zoom in for you. Oh, hang on a second. There we are. Okay, is this better? I hope this is better. Rahman told me that, Rahman from Instagram told me that this was question number 15. But yes, these options are different because the numbers are different, yeah? The numbers are slightly different. Okay, Mirza, I hope it's better. Welcome. PSLE not giving you chance. Don't worry, I give you chance, okay? Today we learn together. So next time you see something like this again, then you can solve already, okay? Alright. One last minute, then we'll go through. If you're not so sure, let me give you a clue, okay? The clue is over here. The length of each stick that is above the ground is the same. That means the remaining amount of A and the remaining amount of B is the same. So if 1/4 of A is in the ground, 3/4 of A is above ground. And for B, that would be 8/9 of B that's above ground. Okay? Alright. Do we know how to solve this question? Okay, it's 8:18 now. Shall we go on? Very good, Rahman. You're right. 3 out of 4A and 8 out of 9B, they are going to be equal. Okay, because only parts of the sticks are equal, we have to make the what the same. What do you guys think? Do we make the numerators or make the denominators the same? What do you think? Can you type it in the chat for me? Do we make the numerators the same or do we make the denominators the same? What do we think? Charlize, you are right. Okay, some of you are getting it right. Indeed, we make the numerators the same. Very good, Nawal. So we make the numerators the same. That's right, Rahman. Excellent job. The reason is because the length of the sticks are not equal. Therefore, we cannot make their total length, which is denominators, the same. Understand? Only parts of the stick are equal. So let me write it down at the top here. Only parts of the sticks are equal. So for parts, we make the numerators the same. Okay, the total is not the same, therefore we don't make the denominators the same. Got it? Alright, so in this case, we are going to make the parts of A the same as the parts of B. That means I am going to make 3 parts of A and 8 parts of B the same, which is which number? Which number? We are going to make 3 and 8 the same, so lowest common multiple is going to be 24. Okay, that's right, 24. So we make 24, we make the numerators into 24. I'm going to get 24 out of 32A equals to 24 out of 27B. Alright, so far can follow. That means at the top we have 24 parts each. Okay, 24 parts each for A and B that is above ground. Clear? Alright. Okay, so with that in mind, the next part that we want to look at is the difference between A and B, which is given to us as 50 cm. Okay, A is 50 cm longer than B. Therefore, the difference between A and B is going to be 50 cm. So I'm going to write it at the side here. Difference, I think some of you cannot see all the way to the other corner. So let me move it. The difference between A and B is 32 units minus 27 units to give us 5 units. Agree? The difference between A and B is 32 units minus 27 units. That means A is 32 units long and B is 27 units long. Okay? Therefore, 5 units will be our 50 cm and 1 unit will be our 10 cm. Alright. Okay. So if 1 unit is 10, we want to find the total. So all I gotta do is look for the total. 32 units plus 27 units to give us 59 units. So 59 units must be 59 times 10 to give us 590. Okay, so the final answer for question 2 is option number 1, 590 cm. Okay. Alright, for those of you who mentioned that you changed to the same denominator and you still got the question correct, because this is a MCQ question, you will be lucky, you will get the score because you have to share your answer in OAS, right? So they don't see your methods. But if let's say this question was in section B, where you have to show your methods, then you may not get this question correct because you used a wrong method in that sense. Okay, so if you use wrong method and you're very lucky get the correct answer, if your question is not in MCQ, you will not get the marks. Okay. Alright, so remember here, because only parts of the sticks are equal and parts refer to the numerator, we make the numerators the same. Okay? Because the total length of the sticks are not the same, we don't make the denominators the same. Clear? So this question is testing you on equating numerators. I'm going to write it at the top. Equating numerators. Okay, do we understand? Alright, if you understand, can you help me spam the like button again? Thank you very much. Please help me spam the like button again. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira. We are going through questions from the 2022 PSLE paper. These questions are adapted from the paper, so the values are slightly different. The way the question is asked is also slightly different. Okay? Alright, if you're interested to get your hands on our resources, please feel free to join our Telegram channel and follow us on all our social media platforms, on our TikTok channel, on our Instagram page. And if you have missed parts of the live class, or if you want to catch up on the previous live classes, please feel free to watch the recorded versions of this video on our YouTube channel. Okay? Alright. Okay, before we move on, any questions? I see that quite a number of you are interacting with each other on the TikTok platform. What about guys on Instagram? All good? Okay, we're gonna move on in 5 seconds time. I see that there's no questions, so let's move on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for all the likes. Please keep them coming. Thank you very, very much. And I really appreciate you guys joining me on a Tuesday evening despite your long days in school. Thank you very much. I hope you are learning something today. Okay? Alright. Let's go on to question number 3. Okay, question number 3 is a patterns question. Question 3 is a patterns question. Okay, question 3, patterns question. So we have a pattern that is formed using the letters X, Y, and Z. The first 15 letters are shown. The letter Z appears 181 times in the pattern. The question is asking for the greatest possible number of letters in the pattern, given that we have 181 times that the letter Z appears. Okay? Please try this question now. We will go through in about 5 minutes time. Please try this question now. The answer is not number 3. Quite a number of you are getting 3. Please try again. The answer is not number 3. Please try again. The answers are all very close to each other, don't you think? So if you are getting any of these answers, then you're quite close to the correct answer. So you just got to think a little bit more, okay? One person has gotten it right. Only one person has gotten it right so far. Is it blurry again? I am so sorry. Let me try to change this one more time. How do I do it? Hang on a second, yeah. If it's blurry, does this help? Okay, give it a minute. Let me. Okay. Is this okay? Is it still blurry? Oh, it's okay now. Thank you for letting me know. Alright, fantastic. Okay. 2 people have gotten it right. 3 people have gotten it right. Wow. More and more people are getting it right. Fantastic. The answer is... Do you want me to say the answer now? Yes? No? The answer is number 4. Those of you who have gotten number 4, excellent job. Very good. For those of you who are still trying, don't worry. Let me give you a hint, alright? The first thing that you want to do whenever you're looking at patterns question is to identify the pattern, okay? Identify the the pattern that repeats itself. So we have X, Z, Y, Z, and Z. X, Z, Y, Z, Z. This is the pattern that repeats itself over and over again. Therefore, we are going to group them into one group. X, Z, Y, Z, Z, X, Z, Y, Z, and Z. Alright? X, Z, Y, Z, and Z. So in this case, we have 5 letters per group. But since we are only interested in the letter Z, we are going to look at only the letter Z. So in one group, the letter Z appears 3 times. Everybody agree? In one group, the letter Z appears 3 times. So I want to know how many groups are there such that the letter Z appears 181 times. So what do you think we should do there for the very first step? The letter Z appears 181 times. So what do you think we should do for the very first step? Yeah, I see some correct answers. Okay, 60 remainder 1. Indeed, we have to divide. Excellent. So we find the number of groups. And that would be 181 divided by 3. I want to know how many groups are there for it to have 181 Z's. Okay, so 181 divided by 3 gives us 60 with a remainder of 1. 60 with a remainder of 1. Okay, so this tells me that I have 60 full groups, and this remainder 1 tells me I have left over 1 Z. Not 1 letter, but 1 Z. Okay, so this leftover is 1 Z. Not 1 letter, but 1 Z. Everybody understand? All good so far? Okay. Alright. So in this case, we can look for how many letters are there in 60 groups. Okay, so the letters in 60 groups would be In one group, there are 5 letters, so that's 60 times 5 to give us 300. Agree? 60 times 5 to give us 300. Make sense? So some of you see this 300, okay, very happy, you give your answer as 300. But we must remember that there are not only 180 Z's, we still have to account for the leftover Z here. Agree? Alright, so 300 plus 3. So you may be wondering, where did the 3 come from? Let me show it to you, alright? So we have 300 already, but we still have some leftover letters. So in the very last set, let me show it to you. In the last set, in the last group, we have the letters X. We have the letters X, Z, Y, Z, and Z. Agree? In the last group, we have the letters X, Z, Y, Z, and Z. But because we have only left over one Z, this is our leftover 1Z. That means all these Z I don't want. Understand? That is why we have additional 3 letters, and therefore the final answer would be 300 plus 3 to give us 303. Do we understand what is going on now? Okay? Alright. Why not 2? Good question. Why not 2? Well, 2 is also very possible. But the question says the greatest possible. We are looking at the greatest possible. So we need to account for the greatest possible portion. Okay? All clear? Why is it still blurry? I hope this is okay. Alright, let me explain this one more time. For those of you who just joined, I see that there are more people joining now. Welcome, my name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through questions adapted from the 2022 PSLE paper. Alright? If you want the worksheet, you can get it from our Telegram channel. The link is in the page, is on the top of the page. Alright, I believe on Instagram, for those of you who are thinking that it's blurry, I believe it's because of the connection. Let me try to move things around, okay? What if I do this? Is this okay? Yeah, perfect. Alright. I'm so sorry that it's a little bit slanted, but I'm trying to make it as least blurry as possible for those on Instagram. Alright. Okay, for those of you who are asking me to repeat one more time, let me repeat one more time, okay? I hope everybody can see the screen better now. Let me repeat one more time what's going on. Okay, first of all, we take 181 divided by 3 because I have 3 Z's per group. Alright, 3 Z's per group. So then what I need to do is to go and find out if I have 60 full groups in total after dividing, how many letters are there? Because I have 5 letters per group, that will be 300 letters in total. Agree? 300 letters in total. Okay? Now, because I have 300 letters in total, that is not my final answer. I still need to account for the leftover 1Z. If I stop at 300, that means I only have 180 Z's. Not enough. I need one last Z here. Okay? And because I have one last Z, I need to zoom into the last group and think about what's going on. Alright? If I zoom into the last group, this is what the last group looks like, right? But because I only have left over 1 Z, I take away the extra Z's all the way at the end. I don't need them because I only have one last Z to think about. This part, understand? Okay, so if I were to cross these 2 out, I am only left with 3 letters in my group. Okay, 3 letters in my group. So the final answer is 300 plus 3. Okay? I have some questions coming in. Number 1, about how to get remainder. I will explain to you in a second. For those of you who are asking why cannot be 302, it is possible to have 302. That means I also don't want the y. Possible, but because we are looking at the greatest possible number, I have to consider the y inside as well. Okay? I have to consider the y because I want as many letters as possible, and those that are not z is going to be included in the group. Understand? Alright. If you are clear, can you help me spam the like button? I hope you are learning something today. Please help me spam the like button. Thank you very, very much. Alright, for those of you who forgot how to find remainder, if you forgot how to find remainder, let me share with you how to find remainder. Okay, I'm going to write it at the corner here. To find remainder, what we need to do is take 181 divided by 3. 181 divided by 3 is going to give us 60, just the whole number portion. Then we take 60 times 3. Okay, let me rewrite this. The whole number portion, you multiply by 3, work backwards, you're going to get 180. Then you take your actual total, minus away how many you have in full groups to give you only remainder 1. Okay? Alright. Okay. Some of you are asking if we have story in the end today. Unfortunately, today I don't have story, but maybe you guys can share your stories with me. We can have a little bit of chit-chat session at the end, because I think we had that last week and some of you enjoyed that as well. Alright, so far understand everybody? Okay. Alright. Wow, I see more and more people joining us to learn today. Welcome, my name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through the questions from the 2022 PSLE. It's adapted, so the questions are not exactly the same, but the idea of the questions are the same. Alright. If you want your hands on our resources, these resources are all free, okay? I know there's a saying that says there's no free lunch in the world, but trust me, we provide that for you guys. Okay, so this lesson that we are having today is free. So if you want more of such free lessons, please join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on TikTok and Instagram. Alright. Okay, I have a question here, but for the pattern questions, what if they ask, for example, which would be the third letter? If let's say they ask you what is the 181st letter or something like that, okay? You will take 181 divide by the number of letters if they ask you what is the 181st letter. Okay, so you just look at the remainder. Remainder 1 means first letter, remainder 2 means second letter, so on and so forth. But because we are only looking at Z's here, the 181 refers to the Z, so this tells you the remainder 1 is the leftover 1Z. Okay, I hope this clarifies your query. Alright, if we are clear, let me try and see if I can push this back so that you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, you're welcome, Emilia. Alright, for those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are having live lessons every Tuesday, so please feel free to join us. We have secondary live lessons on Wednesdays for E-Math and on Fridays for A-Math. So please feel free to join as well, yeah? Okay, if you're learning something, please help us spam the like button. And that's right, it's free, by the way. That's right, free lessons. Who don't want, right? Somebody is asking what happened to the other guy that was supposed to do. He isn't free today. There was a day that I wasn't feeling well. That's why I did not do it. So I guess you are talking about Coach Mo. He actually helped to cover the lesson. But on Tuesdays, I would be the one doing it usually. On Wednesdays, it would be Coach Irfan. And on Fridays, it would be Coach Harith. Okay? Alright. Mirza, it's okay. I hope you just learn from your mistakes and then move on from it, okay? We still have time to work on our mistakes, so don't worry. Alright, let's move on. It's 8:40. Shall we go on now? Okay. Questions 4 and 5 are open-ended, but don't worry. They are not super duper challenging, okay? Don't worry. Question 4 is a speed question. How many of you hate speed? Anyone? Absolutely detest speed. Or rather, how many of you actually love speed questions? Love speed questions? Sometimes only. Alright. I see. Wow, a lot of you showing your unhappiness for speed. Okay, for those of you who are in P5 and have not learned this yet, don't worry, you will still learn it in P6. So please feel free to just listen in, alright? Alright, I see so many help. Alright, let me go through this question and give you some tips and tricks to solve this question, okay? Alright, this question is on speed. The next question is on pie charts. So these are for P6 only, but the previous questions may well appear in P5. Alright, so those of you who are in P5, you can also join in every week, no worries. You will still learn something, alright? Okay, for question number 4, let's take a look. When Rachel started jogging from her home, Lena was 2.8 kilometers ahead of her. So we see this phrase here, ahead of her. This tells us that Lena has a head start. Okay, Lena has a head start. And then we are told the speeds for both of the girls. Rachel jogged at 12 kilometers per hour, while Lena walked at 5 kilometers per hour. Okay, Lena walked at 5 kilometers, Rachel jogged at 12 kilometers per hour. They went in the same direction and maintained their speeds throughout. Who was ahead after 42 minutes and how far apart were they? Alright, for this question, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, I remembered seeing this question in paper 2 of the 2022 PSLE paper. And if I'm not wrong, this was a 4-mark question, 3 or 4-mark question around there. Okay, so let me run through with you a little bit of recap for speed. Okay, for speed we have the DST triangle. Do we remember the DST triangle? The DST triangle reminds us that we have distance at the top and then speed and time at the bottom. So this reminds us that if we are looking for distance, we have to multiply. If we are looking at speed or time, we have to divide the other two, okay? Alright, so for this question, it's actually pretty straightforward. Why? Because we are only looking at what happened after 42 minutes. Okay, we are only looking at what happened after 42 minutes. So we only need to consider the distances for both of the girls after 42 minutes. Alright? Now, what we realize is, I hope all of you have realized this as well, we have 42 minutes versus 12 kilometers per hour versus 5 kilometers per hour. I have minutes, I have hour. What do you think we should do first? What do you think we should do first? Anybody knows? I have minutes, I have hour. What do you think I should do first? Anyone? Change? Yes, I see some people saying change. Indeed, I have to convert to the same units. Agree? Convert to the same units. Alright, so indeed I convert to the same units. However, do I convert minutes into hours or hours into minutes? What do you think? Hours into minutes or minutes into hours? What do you think? Ah, yes, I see. Anissa, you are right. Even though you are in P5, this one also still can do, right? Not bad. Okay, For those of you who are saying minutes to hours, you guys are right, okay? Usually we follow this rule of thumb. We do not change the units in speed, okay? We always follow the units in speed. Follow the units in speed. Why? Because for speed, we have two different units here. If we change one, we have to change the other. Very troublesome, very mafan, right? So we don't care about the units for speed. We change the units for time and distance instead to make it look like the units used in speed, okay? So we have 42 minutes. We convert 42 minutes into hours. Some of you have already typed into the chat how to convert. You guys are right. We take 42, we put out of 60 below since 1 hour has 60 minutes. And then we just simplify to give us 7 out of 10 hours. Okay, this is what I have for the time in hours. Alright. Okay. Rahman, thank you for letting us know. This is indeed question 10 of PSLE 2022. Okay. Alright, for those of you who want harder questions, there is one very tricky one at the next page. So stay tuned, alright? Okay, let's go through this question. So I have 42 minutes here. I want to know what happened to the distances after 42 minutes, since I'm comparing after 42 minutes. Okay, which is also the same as 7 out of 10 hours. So all I gotta do is look for the distance after 42 minutes, which is 7 out of 10 hours. So to do this, I'm going to focus on Rachel first. Okay, so Rachel, the distance for Rachel is going to be speed times time. Rachel's speed is 12 kilometers per hour. Rachel started from home at the very start, and she traveled for 7 out of 10 hours. She jogged for 7 out of 10 hours. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to multiply this in to give us 8.4 kilometers. This is in paper 2, so you can use calculator, right? So we will get 8.4 kilometers. This is for Rachel. Okay, do you think you can do the same for Lina as well? Pretty straightforward there, right? Speed times time. So for Lina, I will also do the same. Lina's distance would be speed 5 kilometers per hour times her time, which is also 7 out of 10 hours. Okay, but this is not all to the speed. To the distance. Do you know what else I need to do for Lina's distance? Anybody knows? What else should I do for Lina's distance? This is not all. Okay, it's not just 3.5 kilometers. Yes, excellent. Some of you are saying it right. Fantastic. We have to add 2.8 kilometers because Lina played cheat a little bit, right? She went ahead first. So Lina had a head start. So after 42 minutes, she still had this extra distance that she had already traveled. Okay, so we have to add another 2.8 kilometers. This will give us 3.5 km plus 2.8 km, which will total up to 6.3 kilometers. Okay, then from here you can solve the question already. Who was ahead? Okay, I'm going to go a little bit slower. So based on this, who was ahead? Rachel or Lina was ahead? Rachel traveled 8.4 kilometers, but Lina only traveled 6.3 kilometers. So who's ahead? Who eventually traveled more? Okay, the answer is Rachel. Rachel is ahead because Rachel traveled 8.4 kilometers. This is more than Lina. Okay, Lina only traveled 6.3 kilometers. Everybody understand? Okay, so the final answer here would be Rachel. And the distance apart, all we got to do is subtract. Okay, all we got to do is subtract. So we will take 8.4 minus 6.3. This will give us the distance apart. So 8.4 km minus 6.3 km to give us a total of 2.1 kilometers. So even though Lina traveled faster, or rather more at first, which is this 2.8 kilometers head start, okay, at the end of the day, Rachel is going to be faster because Rachel traveled at 12 kilometers per hour. So the distance apart is 2.1 kilometers. Okay? Alright. Wow, those of you who got it correct, fantastic. And if you're in P5 and you got this correct, even more fantastic. So happy for you. Okay, I'm going to explain this one more time. Okay, I'm going to explain this one more time. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira. I'm going to explain question 4 one more time. This was adapted from the 2022 PSLE paper, question number 10. Okay, so let me run through this question one more time slowly so that you can digest. Okay? Alright. Okay, so let me explain this one more time. Step 1, we have to make sure that all the units are the same. So if I see minutes, but my speed has kilometers per hour, I am going to change minutes into hour. So far so good. Okay, so if I change minutes into hour, I'm going to get 7 out of 10 hours. Alright. Then step 2, because I want to know who was ahead after 42 minutes, I only think about this. I have the time, I have the speed, I can look for the distance. I have speed, I have time, I can look for distance by multiplying. Okay, so for Rachel, I will multiply her speed, 12 km per hour, by her time, 42 minutes, which is 7 out of 10 hours. Key into calculator, 12 times 7 out of 10, we will get 8.4 kilometers. This is Rachel's distance. Okay, we do the same for Lina as well. Lina traveled for 42 minutes, which is 7 out of 10 hours, at a speed of 5 kilometers per hour only. She was walking, that's why she's slower. She was walking, that's why she's slower. So she only managed to cover 3.5 kilometers in the same amount of time. But we have to add the head start distance because Lina play cheat. She go and start earlier, way ahead first. So we add this extra distance that she already covered. This will give us a total of 6.3 kilometers that Lina has already traveled after 42 minutes. Okay, so based on these two distances, Rachel already covered more, so she will be ahead. Okay, and the distance apart, we just have to subtract. Alright, Lina exploiter. What do you mean? Okay, everybody understand now? Okay, for those of you who got this correct, very, very good. If you did not, just remember, you have time, you have speed, you can look for the distance. Okay, even if you forgot about the head start, okay, if you went to go and look for the distances first, you can get some method marks. Alright? Okay. Alright, any questions so far? Mirza, you're very funny. Lina bought Battle Pass. For those of you who game, you guys would know what Battle Pass is. Alright, we are down to our very last question. Shall we move on? Let me have a sip of water first, okay? Alright, have you guys had dinner, by the way? It's pretty late already, right? Everybody had dinner? I hope you did. Otherwise, you will have a very late dinner. Don't forget to eat after this, okay, if you did not have dinner yet. Okay, don't go hungry, please. Always eat so that you have energy to do more work. Okay, let's move on to question number 5. Thanks for sharing with me. Alright. Okay, moving on to question number 5, last question for the day. For last question, I have given you a pie charts question. Also from 2022 PSLE. This is a pie charts question. Let's see if we can get it right. What do you guys think? Some of you need help. No worries. We will go through it in a few minutes' time. Alright. Are we able to see the screen well? I hope it's better. There we go. Alright. For the right angle triangle, yes, for those of you who have already straight away identified right angle triangle, not right angle triangle, but more of a right angle quarter circle. Okay, for those of you who identified the quarter circle, this is not triangle, it's a quarter circle. If you identified the quarter circle, well done. Do we remember what the quarter circle tells us? Let me give you some tips here. For pie charts question, 90 degrees, if we see quarter circle, we always look for quarter circle if there is. We think of our how many percent? Quarter circle, how many percent? 25, excellent. For those of you saying 25%, well done. 25% from the name, we also know that it's 1/4. If we are using fractions, then it will be 1/4, okay? Alright, then we also want to look for not just the quarter circle, we also want to try and look for the half line. In this question, we do not have a half line, but in some questions we do. And if we do see a half line, we straight away think of half or 50%. Okay, if we see the half line, straight away think of 50%. Got it? Alright, so these are some tips for you when you are doing pie charts question. Okay, let's go through the question now. Okay, the question says that the total number of fish in tank B is twice that of tank A. Let me ask you guys this again. Do we remember, if we don't know how many fishes there are, what do we call them? Do we remember? If we don't know how many number of items there are, what do we call it? Remember now? If we don't know how many items there are, what do we call it? Don't remember already. We call it 1 unit. Agree? We call it 1 unit. If we don't know how many items there are, very good, Fazrin, you're right. We call it 1 unit. But because we are looking at percentage, instead of 1, we use 100 instead. Okay? For those of you who said 1 unit, I'm very happy you remembered. But instead of 1, we use 100 instead because we are looking at percentage. So 100 units in tank A. I don't know how many, I will call it 100 units, okay? Not 1 because in total in a pie chart we have 100%. So we call it 100 units, and B will get 200 units. This part, agree? We don't know how many, we just call it 100 units and 200 units. Okay? Because it's in percentage, that's why I use 100. Alright? Okay, then let's take a look at the first statement. Okay, let's take a look at the first statement. There are 52 guppies in tank B. What do you guys think? In fact, before you look at the statements, are we able to write in all the percentages? Okay, can you all tell me what you got for these rainbow fish in tank A? How many percent is this? Do we remember how to look for this? Okay, we have 100% in total, 21% catfish, 45% guppies. Rainbow will be 34%. Agree? 34%. Alright, 100 minus 45 minus 21, because total is 100. Got it? And then on the other side, we see the quarter circle, so straight away we can write 25%. So rainbow fish will get 23%. After subtracting, rainbow fish will be 23%. Very good. For those of you who have typed out the entire equation, appreciate your efforts. You guys are right. Okay, good job. Alright, so in this case, are there 52 guppies in tank B? A lot of you are saying it's not possible to tell. Do you think it's not possible to tell? Okay, let me shift this a little bit. Friends on Instagram, is this okay? Alright, for those of you who are saying, for the first one, not possible to tell, that is not quite correct. Not correct. Okay? The first one is going to be a false. Why is this false? Why is this false? This is the very tricky one here, okay? Why is this false? Let's take a look. If, let's say, there are 52 guppies in tank B. Okay? If there are 52 guppies in tank B, that means 52% of B is 52 guppies, right? That means 100% of B, all the fishes in B is 100. There are 100 fishes in B. Agree? Okay, for those of you who are saying this is not possible to tell, you are not quite correct, because if let's say there are 52 guppies in tank B, that means 52% is 52, right? That means 100% in B is 100. There are 100 fishes in B. If there are 100 fishes in B, then A will be 50. Agree? Because B is twice of A. Okay? Because B is twice of A. Agree? Then A is 50 because B is twice of A. Right? Now, if A is 50, let's take a look at guppies for A. 45% of A will be, we will get a 22.5. Now, do you think I can have 22.5 guppies? Do you think I can have 22.5 guppies? No, right? Okay, do you think I can have 22.5 guppies? Not quite correct, right? Because my number of fishes have to be whole number. Fish must be whole number. Therefore, I cannot have 100 fishes in B. Understand? Okay, everybody can follow now? So whenever they tell you a specific number, do not just think that it is not possible to tell. You have to go and look at do some math to look at whether the numbers make sense or not. Okay, so let me explain this again. If there are 52 guppies in tank B, that means in total in tank B there are 100 fishes. And since B is twice of A must have 50 fishes. And if A is 50 fishes, then 45% of A is 22.5 guppies. 22.5 guppies, that means one of your guppy already got cut or eaten by some other fish, and you're left with only one tail of the guppy, which doesn't make sense, yeah? Okay, we do not assume this because your guppies must be whole number, okay? Therefore, the first answer is false. I hope you guys understand this. Alright. Now, the second portion is a little bit easier. 1/3 of the fish in tank A are rainbow fish. Is it correct? 1/3 of the fish in tank A are rainbow fish. Is it correct? 1/3 are rainbow fish. Now, we've already found rainbow fish in tank A to be 34%. Okay, 34%. If you convert, 34% is not equals to 1/3. Okay, 1/3 is 33.3333333, not 34%. Okay, therefore, I cannot have this as true. Clear? Okay, 1/3 is 33.3333333. I cannot have it equivalent to 34%. Understand? So far, so good? Yes, those of you who are saying false, you guys are right. Okay, this cannot be 1/3. Alright, and the last one, there are more rainbow fish in tank B than tank A. What do you guys think? True, false, or not possible to tell? Are there more rainbow fish in tank B than tank A? Okay, more, less, or not possible to tell? For those of you who are saying true, fantastic, you guys are right. Indeed, there are more rainbow fish in tank B than tank A. Let me show you why, okay? In tank B, the rainbow fish in B is your 23%. So that's 23% of, remember our total, we called it 200 units. So 23% of 200 units will give us 46 units. Whereas in A, the rainbow in A is just your 34% of 100 units. Okay, 34% of 100 units, which is 34 units. So 46 units is definitely more than 34 units. Therefore, the final answer for the last part is true. Okay? Alright, do we understand so far? Okay. For those of you who have learned something, even though it's a small thing, I hope you have learned something, even though it's a very, very small thing. No matter how small it is, I hope your time with me tonight has been worthwhile. If you have learned something, can you please help me spam the like button? Please help me spam the like button. Thank you very much. Wow, I see a lot of likes coming in. Thank you very, very much. Once again, my name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We have just gone through 5 questions adapted from the 2022 PSLE paper. If you have missed any part of our live, please go ahead and watch the recording on our YouTube channel, alright? Unfortunately, today I don't have a story, but I am going to stay behind to look at some of your stories. Today, you guys are going to tell me your stories, okay? Let's have a little chit-chat session if you would like. If not, it's been a pleasure to spend this Tuesday evening with you guys, and thank you for sharing your evening with me too. I hope we have all learned something today. If you want to stay on and help me spam the like button by double tapping the screen, please go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I'll see you guys again next week for yet another free live session with us. Alright, thank you everybody. Bye bye. Thank you. For those of you who are staying behind to share some stories with me, please feel free to type in the chats. I'm seeing a lot of stories. For those of you who have not eaten, please go and eat, okay? Please go and eat. Do not sleep hungry. I don't have a story. You guys share with me your stories. You guys share with me your stories. You won a badminton match 5 days ago. Congratulations. Wow. During oral, they asked me an activity I did in school, but I got carried away and talked about MSG competition. What's MSG competition? Wow. Okay, story that happened in school. What is the story that happened in school? Yes, please share your stories. Samuel says he does not like this question. Oh dear. Oh, badminton. How to eat, Rahman? You take your food and put in your mouth. I'm just joking. You saw a Ferrari, that's your story. Wow. I saw a Ferrari too. Very recently. I think it was yesterday morning. A very beautiful Ferrari. Wow. Okay, just now we were talking about speeds and somebody shared quite a number of supercars that they know. Okay, are you interested in cars? Those of you who are still online and chit-chatting with me, are you interested in cars? Or you don't care about cars? If you are interested in cars, do you like Japanese cars, or do you like European cars? Wow, you saw a McLaren. McLarens are beautiful. Very expensive too. Your math is failing. I hope attending these lessons with us is helping a little bit. I'm so sorry. Rahman, what's going on? Lightning McQueen. Yeah, Lightning McQueen is a car. It's a... yeah, Lightning McQueen. Oh, Rahman like trains. Very interesting. The only train I know is our MRT. Oh, somebody likes Japanese cars. I see somebody likes Japanese cars. Well, a lot of people actually like Japanese cars. Personally, I like European cars. I like European cars. Okay, this is just an extra thing, okay, that I'm going to share with you guys, okay? What is it? Yeah, I was just sharing with my dad about 3 days ago. I was asking him whether he knows what is my dream car. Can you guess what is my dream car? I don't have any license, but I do have a dream car. I think this car is very beautiful and very cute. Honda is a Japanese car. Yes, I believe so. Lamborghini, no, that is not my dream car. A Rolls Royce is not my dream car. A Tesla, no, I do not like Tesla. Not as particularly interested in Tesla. Renault, that is not my dream car. It starts with a V. Do you guys know? It starts with a V. Not van. No, not van. You guys are chit-chatting about cars, so I was thinking about my dream car. One time I saw 6 Lambos racing each other. Ooh, in Singapore it's very difficult to see cars racing each other, right? Akong car. Not Akong car. Yes, somebody got it right. It's a Volkswagen. It's not a Volvo, but it's a Volkswagen. My dream car is a Volkswagen Beetle. Do you know a Volkswagen Beetle? It's a very, very cute car. I personally find it super cute. It's a Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah, that's my dream car. What about you guys? Wow, Bugatti. We don't have a Bugatti in Singapore, right? It's a left-hand drive, if I'm not wrong. You saw a cute car as well. Mr. Bean car is cute. Wow, Pagani. Wow. Wow, I'm actually pretty surprised that you guys know about car, because I actually don't know about cars that much until recently. I don't know that much about cars until recently. So I'm very, very surprised that you guys know about car. Wow. Anything else you guys want to share with me? What are some of your dream cars? Rahman, who are you talking to? 8 different generations. Rolls Royce is a rich man's car, that's what I think. You like Tesla? Wow, that's nice. One of your discipline master have a cool car. Ooh, do they now? What car is that? Okay, anyway, shall we continue our chat for about 5 minutes? Otherwise, I don't want to take too much time of your night. Either you don't have enough sleep, then you cannot go to school tomorrow morning, cannot wake up. Okay, let's chat for another 5 minutes, okay? It's very nice. Do you guys enjoy chatting after lesson like this? Yes, no? If you guys enjoy chatting, I can stay longer if you want. Which school am I from? Are you asking me? I am from see, I forgot my school. Yes, I remember. I am from Boon Lay Garden Primary School, which is all the way in the west in Boon Lay. And then I went to Jurong Secondary School, which is in Taman Jurong. Anybody from those schools? And then I went on to Pioneer Junior College, but they have since merged with Jurong Junior College. I think it's called Jurong Pioneer now. At Choa Chu Kang area. And then I went on to university in NTU. I went to NTU afterwards. West side, east side, back side, best side. Oh, you graduated from Bedok South Secondary. Oh, hello. I thought you were in primary school still. Wow. Thanks for joining us. Despite already graduating. Wow. The rest of you who are still in primary school, what are some of your dream schools? Dream secondary school? Anyone? Oh, thank you for sharing your night with me to just recap. That's nice. Refreshing for O levels. Oh, I see. I did not go to any poly, if you are asking. I went to junior college and then I went to NTU from there. The rest of you, what are some of your dream schools? Your dream car is a Lamborghini Aventador. Yeah, wow, very nice. Very expensive too. Cedar Girls for sure. I hope you get in. Is it very difficult to get into Cedar Girls? NJC, wow. NJC is a nice school. I hope you can get in. Conisec, wow. All the best to you. Do you guys know what's a Conisec? Y'all can go and Google what's a Conisec. You own a Lamborghini and Rolls Royce in India? Wow! Please bring it back to Singapore. Please export it or import it back to Singapore and then you can drive it in here. Can you actually do that? I'm not sure. But wow, you must be a rich man in India. Any school without democracy. Rahman, are you okay? Oh dear, so funny. North Vista for some of you, I see that. India is cheaper, that's right. Singapore very expensive to own a car, right? Because of COE and things like that. Costs a lot of money to import. Indeed, costs a lot of money. Can you bring me around India? Asking for a friend. Can you bring me around India too? In your Rolls Royce and in your Lamborghini? We wish to sit in your cars in India and feel like a rich person. So funny. COE, yeah, COE is so expensive. In Singapore, I have BMW, Lamborghini, Ferrari. Wow, who are you? Please share your name card, business card. Let's be friends. Do you want to be my best friend? You have a Lamborghini and Ferrari and BMW. Wow. Are you a boss? Somebody is asking. Are you actually a boss? A very rich man. Everything in Singapore is expensive. I agree. I agree. I have just recently, not exactly recently, but I have just purchased a BTO, and the stresses of adulting is getting to me. It's so expensive. Everything is expensive. This is Elon Musk. Do we have Elon Musk here? Do we actually do? Mr. Worldwide. Oh dear, so funny. Guys on TikTok, you guys are so funny. Alright, I am going to extend this live for 1 more minute and then we will continue next week, okay? Alright, I hope you guys can tune in next week as well on Tuesdays for yet another lesson, and then at the end maybe we can share a little bit of stories and chit chat as well if you guys enjoy this. You are secretly Jeff Bezos. We have a Jeff Bezos in Instagram and we have Elon Musk on TikTok. Wow, I am so honored. I am so honored that you guys are here to listen to me talk. So funny. Alright. You have mother tongue listening comprehension. Your answers different from your friends. Don't worry. Doesn't mean you are wrong. Okay? And since it's already in the past, don't think about it anymore. Focus on your other components. Okay? Alright. Okay, I am going to end today's live. It has been a pleasure chit-chatting with you guys. Thank you for staying till the end, and thank you for spending your evening with me. I'm going to end the live now. I hope to see you guys next week. Same time, same day, on the same platforms. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody. This is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. See you guys next week. Bye. Good night. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Good night, everybody. Have a great day tomorrow. Bye-bye. 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Bye. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Good night.